that they can write.
I feel uplifted.
I'm amazed. But listen, I want to talk about you because you are doing something so great here on the Hot Set. Tell us a little bit about the Hot Set and what you do. And you started here when you were a very young boy with your mom.
Yeah, I did. I used to be in the audience as well. My mom used to do a lot of youth shows like this, such.
Right.
And so it seems like the culture of scat didn't change because it grew me into what I am today. And here, who would have thought I would sit here and actually hosting such a great show? And it's like I feel like at home. And as I go back, it's like, you feel like it seems like you've been, no, it's more like because when you're at scat and the friendliness you have, it embraces you to feel like, why not? You know what I'm saying?
You are at home.
And I feel at home. I'm great. I
That's
tell
why-
Bill,
that's
I can't be here this late. I don't want to go home now.
Scat, but tell us what you're doing on the Hot Set.
Hot Set is a great show that I put together. Sita Sunday. I meet with youngsters. I meet with all kind of aspects. I do a lot of entertainment in the show as far as the news and the Asian industry as well. And so that's what I do on the Hot Set. So I'm gonna let it go to the next studio because they already told us it's time to go. So, but as we go along, I want you to say, Bill, I'm not going to stop talking because we're going to roll over to the other side of the studio and let them take over.
We are here on the other side of the studio, and I am Janet Cormier still, but this time I am in with the program director of Books of Hope, and this is Laura Soul Brown.
Soul Brown, yeah.
And you must be very proud of your students.
Oh, I'm very excited, you know, in terms of the work that they're doing, the fact that they write books and that they're excited about literature and creative writing, poetry, and that they not only write these words, but then they come out and perform them so that others can hear what they're thinking and interested in.
And they know history, too, the reference to my people. Very nice.
Yes, that's right. Of course, a part of writing is you need to be reading. So, you know, that's we definitely study some of the major poets, and Margaret Walker is one of those that we have looked at her work in the past.
And how many students do you have in the program now?
Currently, we have 15 young people who are part of the program, and they meet. We've actually expanded. We used to meet once a week, and now we have 3 evenings of programming with the program.
And they enjoy it. They show up. I mean,
they show up. They are showing up not only for, you know, our workshops, our writing workshops, and some of the other things that we have to do in terms of leadership development amongst young people, but then also for these types of performances. Here we are tonight at SCAT. Thank you very much. We're very excited to be a part of the Creative Arts Festival here. We also will be performing at the Somerville Library next Thursday in the evening at 7 o'clock.
Which Somerville branch?
The main library, right there by the high school. And then that Saturday, a couple of days later, we'll be up in Lowell at the Small Book Fair. That's a part of the Massachusetts Poetry Festival, second year that they're doing that. And we were one of the invited presses to be there. So we'll be there with all of our colleagues from other independent presses around the state of Massachusetts that were selected to be a part of that poetry festival.
And the youngest poets, perhaps.
We will definitely be the youngest poets and the freshest press. You asked how long we've been doing it. Books of Hope has been running for 10 years, since 1999. This is our 10th anniversary year,
Happy
so we're
anniversary.
like, we gotta thank you, trying to do it big. You're gonna be hearing a lot about us, seeing us in a lot of different places. We definitely want to represent for Somerville.
Now, are you also a poet?
I am. I am a poet. I am a writer, and you know, I love to teach, but I also love to write and perform work as well. And I hope to be doing that a little bit more around town and beyond. I've had the opportunity to study with major poets such as Askia Touré, Quincy Troop, Ishmael Reed. I've performed my work not only locally, but, you know, across the country and even abroad a little bit. I've also, some of my work has appeared in books, from hip-hop from totems to hip-hop, excuse me, not from hip-hop to totems, from totems to hip-hop, and even in films.
So you're maintaining a tradition.
Yeah.
A fabulous tradition. And it's weird because poetry gets lost. People don't think of it. It comes in, it's it's not respected. It's not an art form that generally gets the respect it needs, because I write also.
Okay.
And it's really hard. It's hard to keep people quiet when you're trying to do a reading. It's hard to just do the reading. It takes a lot of courage with those poets we're doing out there, what your students were doing. It takes a lot of courage.
Yeah. Well, it absolutely does. It takes a lot of courage to put your feelings down on a page and then to speak them out into, the face of strangers. And, yes, poetry doesn't get maybe the attention that it deserves, and you surely can't survive as a poet monetarily, but there's also a spoken word movement, and young people have truly embraced the poetics and spoken word over the last many years. We got Deaf Poetry Jam out there, and there's a number of venues locally where people can read what they've written. So it's great to see youth grabbing hold of this, as you said, like a legacy of language and literature, and them incorporating it and making it their own.
Well, I do stand-up, but I wanted to mention that I also have a show in which I invite poets. But I don't know about the age restriction for where it is, but it's at the All Asia. But maybe that's another venue for you to look at. And then there's the Cantab, I'm sure, and a lot of other places.
Yeah, right, absolutely, and we'd love to be there. Yeah, I know there's some question marks in terms of if the venue serves alcohol and
but I would love to extend the invitation.
Well,
there.
Thank you. We would love to pick it up. So definitely let's talk about that. I do want to mention to folks that the youth, as a part of the Books of Hope program, reason why it's called Books of Hope, sure, they write books. And this is what we spend a good deal of our time, having the young people write not only poetry, short stories. We've written plays that have actually been performed at the BU Playwrights Theater by professional actors, and just a variety of different styles, genres of writing. And so the youth produce these books, and then we go out and we distribute them around the public. You can find them in the Somerville Library, so you can borrow them. Okay, you can purchase them, and if you purchase them, the proceeds go back directly to the authors, and that's one of the reasons why we started Books of Hope, because these are young people who live in the projects for the most part. Economics, is tough. It's tough for everybody, but it's very tough for them, and this is a way that they can use their skills and talents to bring back money into their community.
Well, thank you so much, and it's a wonderful gift that you've given us this evening. It's a great way to end the program. I thank you, and thank you all. I'm going to throw you all back now, unpoetically, to JoJo. There you go.